Good morning, everyone. Up at camp today to go ahead and finish up our backsplash. Just got to go ahead and put some grout on, and then we will be done. And then the only thing we have left in this house is paint upstairs and a couple of spots of touch up, but that's really it. So let's go ahead and get to it. And yeah, that's it. Alright, so first thing, I've replaced the blue painter's tape all the way around. I took it off, of course, when I was cleaning up from putting tile itself up, but I had to move it out, of course, to help with where I'm going to be putting the grout. So it's all taken care of now. Let's go ahead and get to some grouting. So you'll notice that I have two separate floats here, a smaller and a larger one. I'm thinking I'm probably going to end up using the smaller one more, just because it's a smaller surface. It'll give me a little more control, especially up above and in the corners and down below. This is probably would be fine for majority of it, but I think this is more when I did the floor. It came in handy, obviously. I think we're going to stick to this one today. Alright, so we got simple grout ready to use with a platinum color already pre-mixed, nice gray, which will blend in well, hopefully. I'm just going to put it on our float, bring it right up, and start putting it in. Again, it's just a matter of putting on a good amount and then just wiping it off as much as possible. The more you wipe off, the less you're going to have for cleanup, which is good. If you leave it all the way on, you're going to be sponging for a while. So put it on, make sure it's filled in, of course, but wipe off what you can. Make life a little easier as you go along. So the sooner you can go back to wiping up the backsplash, the better. So what I've gone through here, which is it took me about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So now I'm gonna go wipe this down and then start my next section. You don't wanna do anything too soaking wet. You want enough, obviously, to scrape off, not scrape, but to clean off the tile, but enough, or not too much where it's dripping, soaping wet. And then once you've come through once, you want to come back through one more time just to really get off that grout, because the more you can get off now, the better it's going to be for you in the long run. Now that I've already gone through it once with the wet sponge, I'm going to go ahead, take a new dry sponge, and just go over it real quick again. Now you can see the difference between grouted and not grouted. Of course, again, that's going to get cleaned up. There's a little bit of a haze on it, but looks good. that's it for today's episode. Got a lot done today. Big shout out to my mom again for coming up and helping out. She did a lot of the trim paint while I was doing the grout on the backsplash. She also helped clean off some of the tile as well. So again, thank you to her. Yeah, got a lot done. All we have left now is maybe a day, 2 at most, of painting. Just doing trim and then some touch up on the walls. And then we've got the trim on the stairs, which will probably be the biggest thing, just because of getting up on the ladder and having to do that whole thing. But again, once that's done, we're just waiting on getting the fireplace installed. I did hear from Mark and his crew yesterday, and he was hoping to come up later this weekend. Or later this week, but unfortunately the weather doesn't look like it's going to cooperate, so he does not think he's going to be able to do that. So instead, I told him, if you've got a nice day of weather and someone cancels or whatever last minute, just let me know. We can get you in pretty easily. We've got the remote locks on the doors and everything, so I can go ahead and let him in. And yeah, that's it. Once that's installed, we will be good to go, and you guys can come up, rent it for yourself, enjoy, snowmobiling or ice fishing. We're only about half an hour away from some good skiing, an hour and a half to like really good skiing. And, in the summertime, obviously, we've got the lake. You can't beat that. So, yeah. Just want to say again, thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Feel free to share these videos with a friend. I would really appreciate it. And that's it. We'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day.